Sup peeps, my name's Ian, I sell books on eBay. Bit of a busy day today. I've got a couple of other wee jobs I need to go out and do, as well as dealing with all of my books. But the big thing I need to get done today is sort out a chunk of books for tomorrow's Friday's Whatnot sale. Really no idea how it's going to go. Like, quite excited to get into it and about it, but I want to pick out a nice mix of some different bits and pieces to see where the interest really lies. I know from some of you guys and a couple of sales I've done previously that people are obviously more interested in more specialised items, something that's a bit collectible. So I'll be mixing a few of those in to the sale, but I also want to make sure I've got enough kind of generic genre fiction, for want of a better way of describing it, to see if there's particular genres that people who are coming on to watch the live show might be interested in and take a wee bite at. It's going to be trial and error for a wee while on this, but there's very few people selling books on Whatnot in the UK at the moment, so if there is anybody out there who's interested in buying them that way, then hopefully I'll have a reasonable audience to pitch my wares to. So getting those items catalogued onto Whatnot, which is pretty quick and straightforward. I'm still working out just how long everything takes to do for that process, because if you're only making pennies on every sale, you can't spend a huge amount of time listing them and then presenting them and then packing them. It has to be something that's very quick and efficient, recognising that the first few times, it's not going to be the most productive, the most sophisticated of processes, because I'll need to be refining that as I go along and finding out just what works to get the best value for money for me and for you guys. If it's costing too much to do, then it gets more expensive to sell, and that means that the prices go up, which is what we're trying to avoid here. End up just with eBay prices and whatnot, which is never going to work. Anywho, that's enough about that. Well, it's almost enough. There is a link in the description if you want to sign up and get a free tenner to spend at my show or anyone else's show. You can bookmark the show. You can follow me on Whatnot, bundles of books, so that you'll see all the shows coming up. Once we get into the swing of it, it would be quite good to be running perhaps even 2 or 3 a week if I can find the right balance for content within those live shows, and we'll see how that one flows. As well as that, I've got to clear the shelves behind me so that I can use them for the Whatnot stuff, and get a few orders packed up that I've just been picking this morning. It's only like 8 o'clock in the morning, so it's been a really quick pick today. I think I spent 10 minutes picking, maybe a wee bit longer than that to get them packed up, and probably longer still just standing here talking about them as they go out. Anyway, let's have a wee look at what we've got going, and the first is 3 Karen Slaughters. 3 Karen Slaughter paperbacks, £9.99. So these are some of the things that I would like to be able to sell on a live show. Whether or not there'll be an audience for just these kind of generics, I don't know, but we'll find out. Next, we've got another little bundle. 5 Lisa Jewell. So 5 paperbacks. The Karen Slaughter, the Lisa Jewell, they have both come from my variation listings, which seem to be moving again after going slow for a wee while, but £12.99 for the 5 of those, followed by another 5 from a variation listing, but this time it's Danielle Steele. Now, I've got a lot of Danielle Steele books. They used to sell quite well, but then it slowed down. I've stopped picking them up whenever I see them. Kind of been a bit more picky about that, but the sales just weren't moving, weren't shifting, so I've gone in this and a couple of other listings where I've got dozens and dozens and dozens. I thought, let's just bring the price down. What can I afford to sell 5 of these paperbacks for, considering it cost me £1.25, maximum £1.50 depending where I got them, for those 5 books. It's going to cost me £3-ish to post them. So let's call it a £5 in bot costs. What can I afford to sell them for? If eBay take £3 in fees, I want to make a couple of pounds, so therefore a tenner. So I brought down the price on these. It's still buy 3 get 2 free, but £2 each. So £6 for 5 books plus £3.99 postage makes it £9.99 for 5 paperbacks, and I can do that. I'm making a couple of quid. I've got loads of them. They're dead easy to pick up, so why not just get them churned out? So they're going to Rosalind. Enjoy those, Rosalind. Sold a copy of this the other day, and here goes the second one that I had. It is We Begin at the End, Chris Whittaker. I don't know what it's about, but first time I saw it, it intrigued me, so I picked up another copy of it. I've had a paperback copy of it, 2020, so it's a reasonably modern book. Yeah, anyway, that's it there. We Begin at the End, and that sold for £4.04. So it was like a kind of £4.25, £4.30 book, went out on offer, and it's sold. So making a few pence on that. Going international actually. I've had a couple of them going international lately. Right, scrolling down. Next one. These haven't moved much in the last couple of weeks. I've had a couple of sales, but then I picked up a big stack just the other day. Got all of them listed, and it's got Ms. Julia Donaldson moving for me again. 6 Julia Donaldson books, £15.79. So nice, I like that. Where will I sit these? Let's sit these right there, but they can't fall over. Right, next we have a pre-made bundle. Again, this one has gone up on offer. It's 4 Vampire Academy novels. Nice little set of them there. Rochelle Mead, was it Last Sacrifice, Spirit Bound, Frostbite, and Vampire Academy. Vampire Academy itself, £12.34 for the 4 of those. They don't sell well on their own, but stick them in a bundle and away they go. Right, we've got some Harlan Coben, 5 Harlan Coben, 4 paperbacks, and 1 little BCA hardcover. And Karen wants these in a hurry, so we're going out next day delivery. Get them out early this morning. Make sure the DPD man has got them. The usual price, £12.99, but a couple of quid extra for the express postage, as it were. So although the sale value for that comes in as more, £16.99 in total, I'm not making any more money because the shipping is going to be much more expensive to get them out there on the old next day. Right, 2 or 3 orders to share. The Fury 2-pack. So I mentioned these the other day. I've got 18 of these left now. Picked up 20 odd. It's a kind of 2-wrap, Tyson Fury and Paris Fury. They're little books. I thought there might have been a wee bit of interest with the fight that had been coming up, but only had a few days before it, so delighted to see that they've announced a rematch for later in the year. I'll keep a bit of interest in the Eld Furies. So £7.99 for those 2 little paperbacks, all bundled together. And I've got lots more of them to sell. Right, something again that hasn't really sold for a while. We've got a stack of Harry Potter. I pick up the Harry Potter books, much like the George Martin books and various others, Philip Pullman, and as they come in I try and make them into sets, but the Harry Potter stuff, it's so sporadic. There's always, like, I find there's always one particular title within each edition set that I never find. You know, I'll pick up 5 of everything in one particular book. So I end up never having very many complete sets of them, unless I mix up the different editions, and I try to avoid doing that. But somebody's come in and chosen themselves 5 books out of the set. We've got the Canadian Prisoner of Azkaban, kind of original format Order of the Phoenix and Philosopher's Stone. Then we've got the 2014 editions of the Deathly Hallows and the Goblet of Fire. So a nice wee mix. A nice wee run. What are they missing? Chamber of Secrets and something else. I can never count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Was there only 6 books and 7 films? Is that why I'm getting confused? Anywho, those 5 sold for £13.64. A nice bulky package, that one. Harry Potter's never a lightweight read. And they're heading off to Victoria. So, Victoria, I hope you like your books. Is that? Oh no, this lot's going to Victoria as well. But it's a different Victoria. I thought I was going to have to put them all in one big box, which would be a good thing, to be honest. We've got 3 Ian Rankin paperbacks. 3 of these slightly more recent titles. And £9.84 for the 3 of those. So we'll get them shipped off. And the last one, which just came in the wee small hours of the morning, 20 past 1 in the morning, so Stephen's been up browsing bright and early, and it's Marco Polo's The Travels. So it's the Penguin Classics cloth-bound edition. Really lovely little book. Kind of trying to get a wee bit of Folio Society, aren't they? But I've sold a few of these editions. I think that's the first time I've had Marco Polo. I do have the Jungle Book in the same edition sitting over by. I've not even listed it yet. I stuck it on the wrong shelf, and every time I see it I go, oh, I need to take that off and put it in my to list pile, but I haven't got around yet. Do you know what I'll do? I'll stick it in the Whatnot auction. There you go. Anyway, The Travels, Marco Polo, and that went for £9.99, all on its lonesome. So that is where we're at with sales so far today. It is really, really early. I mean, this is only at like 8:15 just now, so there will be plenty more sales through the day. Previously, my final time for dispatch was 11 in the morning. So anything that came in up to 11, I would get packed up and get it out the same day. I have found that the carriers I'm using at the moment, and I use just about every carrier going, to be honest, but I do have a spot where I can drop stuff off up to about 6 o'clock and it will still get picked up on that same day and get moving. So I've moved my cut-off time to 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's now anything that comes in up to 4 in the afternoon I will get packed up and get it out. But it means I'm doing like 2 runs a day, so I get everything packed up, and when I'm out round about midday I'll take all my shipping that I've got at that point, and then anything else that comes in over the afternoon, which is usually the quietest part of the day, I'll get packed up at the back of floor and go and drop it off at that point, which it doesn't take a huge amount of extra time, but I'm hoping that wee extension in the day for that same day dispatch will generate a wee bit more interest and get me a few extra sales. And that's where we're up to. I have nearly run out of my bookmarks, which is good, because that's what they're there for. I've only got a few left, so enough to do today, tomorrow, and chuck a few in with the Whatnot sales if there are any, and then we will be moving on to June. Ooh, I do like opening new packets of things. So yeah, we'll see where it goes. One thing I keep doing wrong, right, is obviously I'm out buying books, and some of them I buy for myself, as you do. I keep doing that, and it's ones that I really should be selling. It's ridiculous, because they sell for not bad money, but I want to read them. I mean, we've got just the other day, Before They're Hanged, Joe Abercrombie. It's like the kind of, was it 10th anniversary special edition hardcover type thing. And it's got no dust jacket on it, but I don't know if it's meant to have a dust jacket on it, because it's a really pretty book all on its own. And I keep hearing about this one everywhere. The Will of the Many by James Islington. So it's the first book in a trilogy, and it's just come out. I think it's like just out towards May last year it came out. It's not a first edition or anything, this one. It is a reprint. It seems to have been incredibly popular for a fantasy book. Kind of a fantasy book set in the kind of Greco-Roman era. Sounds interesting. But I want to read it. So I want to try and get it read reasonably quick, because it does sell for about 15 quid. So it would be a shame to not get the value back on it whilst it's still a popular book. But yeah, this just keeps happening. picking up books that I really should be selling, but I'm keeping them because I want to read them. And there's quite a few more where that came from, but I'm keeping them for the other things I do, the too many books episodes, which I'm trying to get to as often as I can. So I'll tell you a bit. The next one of those should be over the weekend. I get that produced. Produced, that's a bit of a stretch, isn't it? And just talking about what I'm getting for myself, what I'm reading, what I'm going to be reading next. What am I thinking of these things? Anywho, right, I'm going to leave it there, but I shall no doubt see you a little bit later in the day. Enjoy the sunshine. Back again, wee sales update with a few more bits and pieces sold through the day, which I'm just packing up now to go and do a final drop. We have, I don't have them in a very good order here. Let's move that over there for a wee second. We've got 3 Edward Marston books: Ticket to Oblivion, Station Master's Farewell, and Inspector Colbeck's Casebook. 3 nice little paperbacks, £9.99. Sit them there, ready to pack. Then we've got a wee single book, a 4.25er, nothing spectacular, but a nice book none the same. Golden Fool by Robin Hobb, 4.25. Heading to look. Right, what else is there? Oh, a DVD. Just picked this up the other day and actually listed it. It's rare for me with DVDs, but I got it. Halloween 25th anniversary edition, and that went for £2.50 plus the postage, £6.49. There's money and everything. Right, one that I've had sitting for ages, but it's one of these self-help books. When I see them, I pick them up, and at some point they will sell. This case, only for £4.25. Drew Brees, Coming Back Stronger. So I'm guessing he's some sort of American footballer. Never heard of the guy, but I'm sure he's famous if you're into that kind of thing. That's going to Cherry. Right, we've got... Now, I picked up a stack of these ages ago. I've had them listed, and I thought they might do quite well, but they've not so far. But one has finally sold. Best New Horror, so it's one of the Mammoth Omnibus. This is volume 16, £4.25. Heading off to Sarah. So hopefully she can do something with that. Then we've got 3 Lisa Jewell, a wee hardcover, and a couple of paperbacks. £10.99 for the 3 of those. And finally for now, actually no, 2 more for now. 5 Santa Montefiore, but Santa books anyway, nothing to do with Christmas, but it is Santa, and that went for £12.54 for the 5 of those. Last one, this is an offer that actually just came in. Santa and this one don't actually need to go out till tomorrow, but I can get them done. It's a bundle of 8 Ian Fleming James Bond books, all those nice vintage titles, fantastic condition, pretty much as new condition, certainly very good condition. £22 for the 8 books going out as a set. So that's all the sales. Let's say got these few to get packed up and dropped round in the next half hour. But a couple of updates on the whole whatnot thing. You'll be sick of me talking about that soon enough, I can guarantee it. I have managed to upload a few books for the sale tomorrow. I've still got quite a few more to add into that, so you'll be able to go in and browse and see what's going to be available. And if you're there during the sale, you can go and browse what's coming up, and if there's something you want to see sooner rather than later, you just let me know. You drop a comment in and I can choose that as the next auction to give you a chance to get it rather than having to sit waiting for hours on end. I have also scheduled 2 more sales. One is for signed special editions collectible books, so I've got a nice wee stack of those there. Some I'm taking down from eBay just to give the thing a bit of colour, but I've got a few that weren't listed that are getting added into that as well. So hopefully I'll have 40 or 50 titles to include in that sale. And then on Sunday, these are both at 11 o'clock, on Sunday I'm doing one just for 3 specific authors to see how it goes. Stephen King, J.K. Rowling and Terry Pratchett. So I've got a few that I haven't listed yet for each of those, which I'll be getting included in there, and a few I thought I'd maybe brought one of them through. A few that I'll take down from my current listings and use them to pad it out. Excuse me. I'm kind of wary of taking loads of stuff down off eBay and then it not selling and then having to list it all again, which doesn't take long, but there's a cost involved in that. You know, if I take 10 books down, it's going to cost me 60p to relist them. And I want to avoid expense wherever possible. So for the most part, these first few sales that I'll be doing will be very much just new stock that's come in, and I'll see how it goes. If it sells and whatnot, great. I won't make as much money, I get that, but it moves it fast. And if it doesn't sell, then it's all stuff that'll be going on eBay anyway, but for the normal price. I am also trying to pull together the bits and pieces for a third sale at the weekend. It'll either be Saturday or Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. I haven't worked out which time's going to be best yet, and that's going to be a whole load of fantasy fiction. So I picked up a big stack of fantasy bits and pieces today. A lot of it quite bread and butterish, but there's a couple of really nice books in there, and it's a big pile. So I'm hoping to get that sorted out to run at the weekend as well, and that will be the first 4 sales on Whatnot. So links in the description to bookmark these, a link to sign up and get your free tenner to spend. Doesn't include postage costs, but if books are going for £1 each, you're going to get 10 books out of it if they sell for £1 and don't go any higher. Obviously, I do hope they go higher, but I'm prepared for £1 a sale in all of these books. The auctions are going to be like 15 seconds each, but with that extra couple of seconds added if somebody bids towards the end, and that will run it out. So nothing more for now. As ever, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, thanks for leaving a like, thanks for your comments, all these other bits and pieces, and I'll see you tomorrow.